WallStreetWindow.com. Gold, silver, the stock market. WallStreetWindow.com.
Perhaps you're invested deeply.
Perhaps you're not in deep enough. Maybe you're thinking about getting started. WallStreetWindow.com. Michael Swanson, the brilliant author of The War State, understood these trends professionally for many years, and now he gives you the benefit of his knowledge. WallStreetWindow.com. Go there now. Go there now. Go there now.
In Denial, Secret Wars with Airstrikes and Tanks by Larry Hancock. Secret wars became a staple of U.S. covert operations and are still happening today. Larry Hancock's book, In Denial, rips the cover off many of them. Using new files, it exposes things about the Bay of Pigs that no one has ever written about before. It shows why it really failed and why the United States did not learn from it. Secret wars became a staple of U.S. covert operations and are still happening today. It also shows why other countries today are doing secret operations with more success. This is the book that puts what some want to deny into the light. In Denial, Secret Wars with Airstrikes and Tanks. Larry Hancock. For more information, go to larry-hancock.com. Pick up your copy of In Denial at amazon.com in digital or physical form.
Like history, real history, that you were never taught in schools.
Why? The Vietnam War, nuclear bombs and nation building in Southeast Asia.
By author Mike Swanson, with new documentation never seen before that'll open your eyes to events that led up to this.
Why? The Vietnam War, nuclear bombs and nation building in Southeast Asia, 1945 through 1961.
Get your copy today at amazon.com.
Why? The Vietnam War.
By author Mike Swanson.
Revelation through conversation.
Ochelli.com.
Warning. This is an emergency broadcast. Code red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the broadcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the broadcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. 256 we're at right now. And now here is getting close to 260.
Close.
We have nobody online, I suppose.
Not that I'm aware of. I did get one call in the government hour.
You're going to be beaten. Don't worry. I
We
we have
shall
to know
see.
what Chucky had, but that's another story.
Chuck had a number of calls, as he tends to do on Friday nights.
But he don't have his own thing because he had that other business he had to take care of.
Yes, I think you're right about that.
Yeah, right about that.
It's the Ochelli.
Yeah, I did my own show tonight. I did my own show tonight, Uncle. But no, I'm not doing as many right now as I'm getting ready for Monday. But I did my own show tonight, though, to lead into yours. Yeah,
I thought you were doing that new show.
I am. That's the thing. I'm going to do both for a little bit, but not as much of the old show as I was. Just for a little while until I get used to things, and then we'll figure it out. It could be the new show turns in to the old show. You know what I'm saying? So you got to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, I was thinking of that way, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it doesn't matter. It's not my show time now. It's yours. And
I'm still working for your dollar though, but still finding one.
Oh, the dollar. That's right. We need to get that dollar and send it out. We do have to do that.
I haven't found it.
We will. We'll get that.
I'll find it though.
We'll get it. We'll get it done eventually, unless we end up making another bet. Maybe you could go double or nothing with me.
Oh, there we go.
See what's playing. What sports playing? I gotta find that out. I gotta look at the sports line.
Up to you. I'll let you set the terms. We'll go ahead at it that way. But until then, 319-527-5016. Give Uncle a call. Join into his show, 319-527-5016. Or you can reach out to me, Charles.Ochelli on Skype, and I will call you into the show if you ask me to through a message, Charles.Ochelli on Skype. If you're not on my list, just ask. I'll join you in and get on the Uncle show tonight. Be a part of it. There you go, Aaron.
Okay. Thank you, Chuck. Yeah, and we're live every Friday night on Ochelli.com. The Ochelli website is down. Ochelli.com is down at the moment. However, we are... yeah, we're still doing the show. We're still live streaming. It's still on the live stream video channels, although it looks like we're having less activity there.
What is the chat room talking about?
Nothing.
I know.
Nothing as of
You
yet.
got to be kidding me. Where's the two caller? There's my two caller. Come on, two caller.
We
Get
don't
in
have
there.
Callers.
Two caller. My two caller.
I think
You know who I'm talking about.
the two,
Creative accidents.
Yeah, he is. There he is.
yeah.
Where is that guy? Let's go. Come on. Come on. Get on the phone.
Well, not even Creative Accents is in the chat tonight. I think what usually happens is people go to Ochelli.com and listen. They see that the show's up and running. And then if they want to watch the live stream video, they'll go to the YouTube or the Twitch channel, and they'll go there and they'll get in the chat there and on Ochelli. But since the Ochelli.com site is down, I'm not seeing the activity that we usually get there. So
Maybe that's the reason.
Well, some people reach the Listen Live page somehow, and I don't know how because I can't get on it. But they got there, and they're there. There's a couple of people there. But I can't even get into it myself. I'm on the chat page in the chat room there if you want to interact with me. But that's it. I got this limitation tonight. What do I do?
I
I think
couldn't get that to work
I think
either.
I know what's the story about this whole thing. This
What's
whole
that?
operation.
How's it work?
It goes to him,
Chuck.
Chucky boy.
Yeah.
Because seeing it, his is broke down, right? His is broke down. Ours is running. So with those people that usually you hear on his show, on his chat room, it's on his.
Yeah.
And since I'm starting to understand it on his side.
Yeah.
On Chuck's side, I'm talking about. Not
Yeah.
your side.
Yeah.
It's
The
okay.
Ochelli radio network, the Ochelli.com thing does help, clearly. Without a doubt.
I'm thinking that's where it's all coming from.
It does help.
Off of his to come to you say, oh, now you find out who's in the chat room. It goes to him.
Yeah. And I
started to see that.
I hadn't promoted on social media as much as I usually do. I didn't do an Instagram post today. I usually do, so people aren't showing up from that. I don't know how many people even show up from that typically. I don't know what. I just try to do different things. It's hard to know what even works honestly, Uncle.
We have a new thing. We tried it out this past Saturday for you people. We've had these games going on.
We
still
did.
got to practice on some of these things, but we had it this past Saturday. Played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 games.
We played some old Nintendo and Super Nintendo games.
Super Nintendo
yeah.
games. We haven't got to your favorite one, Chuck, yet.
Well,
I'm
it's
working
okay.
up to it.
I watched you guys play Mario.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
did.
get to other games, but I watched you guys play Mario myself. Just for the record, though, there are people that are tuned in via their phones and stuff like that don't go to my website. We do have people all across America and in France listening live that I can see on the stream. But the stream is separate from my website. See, this is why I did this, in case there was ever a problem. But the numbers are lower tonight because they went to my website. They see it down. They didn't go listen to the shows. But there's still people with their phones and stuff. And I think the one in France is on a phone. I see Washington. I see Texas. I see Michigan. I see California. I see, let's see, who else? This is, that's Arkansas. Okay. Florida. Let's see where else. Repeats here. Texas again, another part of Texas. So we do have people on there that are listening live. It's not like nobody's hearing us. It's just that if they went to my website to go check on things, they didn't come through because they can't get through.
Yeah.
If they turned on their phones and they got the radio apps, we're broadcasting long and strong. So, be aware of that. And of course, people will catch the podcast later. But I've even got podcasts, Uncle, that I meant to put out and couldn't get them out. So enough of this. Let's go back into the video games. I enjoyed the Mario segment, by the way. So start there.
Well, yeah. Well, I was playing what I was doing. I started number 1. Kept on playing at number 1. Of course, we had to have his kids in the middle of the process. But I'm trying to learn something while these guys are trying to, no, change this, change that. I said to the kids, you have your game, I have my game on here to sell these people. I'm going back and forth at that.
I enjoyed when Aaron was Mario and you were Luigi.
Yeah.
And, you guys were taking turns on the game that used to come along with the NES system, Super Mario Brothers, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I was enjoying that and the talk back and forth. How did you feel about being Luigi?
I liked Luigi. I liked Luigi and that little guy. What was his little guy?
Well,
the white one. That little white one really moves.
That was Luigi.
I like that little white one. He then moved around up and down.
He's quick.
I mean, he moves quicker. The only things he couldn't do was a few things that I couldn't get him to do that I had to change.
Yeah.
But other than that, I liked him.
We had fun. Yeah. There's no shame in being Luigi.
No.
Luigi is a fine character.
I liked Luigi.
And yeah, of course, the whole thing is vintage gaming with Uncle. I'm introducing these games, which I'm very familiar with. I played them a lot when I was a kid. Uncle,
listen to him, watching him. I mean, nobody you going ding 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 dong, and then jump. Spit, man, spit. He had to go where the spit was. We had the problem with the spit.
The fireballs. And Uncle kept going, you got to spit. I was enjoying it. I really was.
That's what I was doing. Trying to him, spit, will you? Spit, will you? Spit. What are you doing? Uh-oh.
Oh, we got a call.
Oh, we got a caller on the phone.
What do you know?
Who?
People are there, Uncle. We take calls every Friday night, but yeah.
All right, we got a caller. Who is this? Now, hold up here. And who this is and where you from?
You're on the air, caller.
Hello?
Oh, Jimmy James calling from Super Mario World.
Ooh.
Jimmy Jing. I knew you had to be in the conversation. I knew you had to be listening last Saturday.
Did you check out the Vintage Gaming with Uncle segment?
I know he did.
Did you see that?
Don't have to say that. Right?
No, I missed when you guys played video games. It wasn't.
You missed it on the first Saturday of the action play? What's wrong with you there, Jimmy J?
It was.
Where were you, Chubby J?
Don't know.
That surprised me.
Well, we might be doing another.
Well, the other thing is, Aaron, he can go to the Twitch channel and watch the replay now, right? If he wants to.
Oh yeah, the replay. We got the replays.
Yeah,
for him.
it's archived on Twitch. It's also on the YouTube in perpetuity. Twitch deletes it after 2 weeks.
Oh, they
but
do?
it's a good
Why
place
is
for
that?
a live show. But I also
Why did they switch it?
That's just kind of how they work things, at least for now.
Oh.
So, but it's on YouTube, it's on Twitch, and it's going to be on YouTube forever. So if you want to watch the whole video of it, of the entire broadcast, you can go back and watch it and see how
You
it
can
was.
watch that. That'll be on it.
And we're planning on doing another one tomorrow.
Part 3 is like my favorite video game of all time.
Oh,
Super
Mario Brothers 3.
Three.
That's a good
was
one.
that one?
We didn't play that one. We played 1, 2, and then we skipped to Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo.
Well, might
but
start the 3.
We could do 3.
We start the 3 and then go on to the other ones if you want.
We could
this
play 3
Saturday.
tomorrow. We have that at the ready if we want to play it. Yeah.
I just want to let us know.
3's the one with the flying raccoon. That's the best part.
Yeah.
Flying raccoon.
That's it.
Oh, you
It's
gave me
raccoon.
some hints now. I haven't been on it yet.
Yeah. Mario World has the flying cape, which we use. But yeah, the raccoon was the original flying one, yeah, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
It was? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I gotta look at it. I gotta look into these games. These games are actually fun.
We've got quite a few of them on our list. We have I've got a lot of the ROMs there, so we can play quite a few different ones. And
Any plans on Mario 64 at some point, Aaron? Because I used to crack up at that game because if you didn't move Mario around for a little while, he would fall asleep. And then I guess if I was offended as an Italian, it would be funny because he falls asleep and all he does is snore and go, "Oh, meatballs, oh, pizza." That's what he does.
He does that?
He does that. He thinks of food.
Gosh.
That's easy to do.
It's
He
all
thinks of food.
But he's snoring. It's like he snores and then he goes, "Oh, pizza. Oh, mamma mia."
Oh my God.
Nice.
I swear, if you get it on the emulator, do that. See if he falls asleep and watch what happens. Just don't move him around for a little while. Don't touch him. And he'll fall asleep. He'll sit down and start snoring. And that's what he'll do.
Oh my gosh. That's too much.
I don't know about this.
It's crazy what they did with that character. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually they do. They take him and do that.
What do you think of that, Jimmy?
Hey, what do you think about it, Jimmy?
Oh, I remember that 64 one. I had a hard time maneuvering around in that one because it was more three-dimensional, which...
Yeah, you had all directions. You could go in all directions with that thing. So it was like a little different. Yeah. No, I'm just saying, I want to see this evolution with Uncle where we go from the little flat, kind of 16-bit, right? Where it's like, they change the colors and call him Luigi, right? Hilarious.
But there's another thing I like about him, too, is you take something to make him speed. They move along. And he goes flying.
The run button. You hold down the run button, yeah.
Is it the one button or the star?
You had to hold.
No, it's the star.
Well, the star.
The star has something to do with it too,
yes,
and he's
yes,
going.
Yeah.
Don't forget the shrooms.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the shrooms in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Oh yeah, them too.
Parody.
Well, when are we hitting them?
Oh yeah. A lot of mushroom.
Well,
eating.
those are the jumpers.
Oh,
We'll
we
make
have-
them stronger. Another
Sounds like we
phone
have
call. Hold
another
on, Jimmy.
call. Hang
Who
in
is this?
there.
This on this phone?
Caller.
Caller.
You're on the line. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Well, I'm just here to say hello to Uncle and just see how things are going from there.
No, where's my whistler? There he is. He's back again.
He's back at it, Uncle.
Well, what's happening
Well,
with you
Ben
today?
Kent's nearby, but he's just waiting. I'm going to go ahead and talk first because I was the former governor of Minnesota.
The Minnesota man.
Very good.
Well, did you hear about Saturday action? You heard about that? Mr. Minnesota?
Well, I know I'm not wrestling then, but I just wonder if Vince McMahon will be doing the commentary because he's nothing without the body Ventura or the mind or the governor.
Oh, I don't know what's he doing. I got to see what's back. Got to go back to the Monday night shows. See what's happening with them.
You're talking about the wrestling.
He's talking about the wrestling.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Well, I've been talking about the wrestling, and I picked the kid off the ground. He was bleeding. I said, kid, we ain't got time to bleed.
That sounds right.
Sounds about right. I think so.
Yeah.
The wrestling, the bleeding, the Jesse Ventura, the governoring. So much governing going on.
Well, I was also a rodeo clown. Don't forget about all that important.
Navy SEAL. Navy SEAL.
A Mabel SEAL?
I was a Navy SEAL. I was a pro wrestler. I was a biker. I even dressed up at Chuck E. Cheese at birthday parties.
Oh,
they went off with a bang when I filled the balloons with nanothermite.
Too bad your little guy didn't hear that.
Nanothermite.
Total annihilation for 4 blocks. I picked the kid off the ground. He was bleeding. I said, kid, we ain't got time to bleed.
I mean, I haven't heard.
Or steak and cheese.
There hasn't been enough talk about nanothermite in way too long. That's all I know for sure.
Termite.
Yeah. Have you heard of that, Uncle? Do you know what that is?
A termite not to touch. They're dangerous. Right?
Well,
total annihilation.
Yeah.
Total annihilation.
Total annihilation is what he says.
You need a serious exterminator to get rid of that problem, Uncle.
That's what he's trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Don't you understand what them bunch of matures trying to talk to you about? Sidekick, get with the program. You're not with the program.
Uncle, this is
I know what this man talking about.
This is important. Creative Accents is in the chat.
Oh, no, where'd he come from?
He made it.
All right, get on that phone now. Oh, wait a minute. I want 2 more.
So he's saying, Uncle, what do you think about the Ghost of Kiev pilot? I want to see Top Gun versus Ghost of Kiev.
Ooh.
According to one much shared post, the Ghost of Kiev has downed 2 Su-35s, 1 Su-27, 1 MiG-29, and 2 Su-25s.
And Uncle, just so you know, you've already beaten Sidekick there in his government hour for calls. So
yeah, I know that. I'm working on you next.
Hey, all right. You need you need 2 more.
It's coming for you, Chuck. Okay.
Yeah. Well, don't worry, Chuck. You won't win.
2 more to catch me, 3 more to beat me. There you go.
What'd you say?
I got a question for Uncle when you're ready.
Oh.
Ready for you.
Uncle, which?
But go ahead.
Which rifle do you prefer, the Kalashnikov 47 or the Kalashnikov 74?
Are these the games you're talking about? What are we talking about?
Talking about weapons, I believe.
A weapon?
The game of... Tell him, Governor.
Oh, the governor is going to give a little tutorial on these items.
Yeah, go ahead, Governor.
He knows about those Kalashnikovs.
Oh.
I believe they're weapons, Uncle.
I think the weapons.
I think so.
I think the first one he mentioned. What was it?
Kalashnikov.
The 47. AK-47.
The 47. Gunner's got more electric power than
absolutely
64.
That's the power.
So that I would say that one.
That's the famous one. That's the one everybody likes to talk about. We know that
because that's got more power into it. It gets the powers to shoot, and when you get starting to shoot, when they're seriously shooting people, this is what's happening.
Indeed. Yeah.
And they're pretty darn dependable.
Oh, talking about that a moment. No, not going into that. Never mind. I thought
could be trouble, huh?
It was you guys' you should have gone into that, but that's your
government hour?
Government hour.
Yeah,
for you guys is it.
Yeah, not funny enough.
No, not to bringing that up.
Yeah. Fair enough, Uncle.
Fair enough, no, it's because it's my hour.
Well, the weapon you should be worrying about is the Stone Cold Stunner.
Oh, no.
And that's the bottom line.
I know you talk about. What about the refreshment? Hit the can. Bam. I'm Scrooge K. Boston. Bam. Hold it.
Yeah, what about him? Yeah.
What about him?
We've got, I see.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, but let's hear about it.
Where's that guy?
What?
Is that you?
I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I say what?
Yeah, what? I'm talking about the what? Hey, the what, man?
The what, hey?
What, hey? I'm talking about your cold, cool drink. Hit on the head. By that cool burn action.
The nail on the head, as they say. Yeah. So,
every time you're in the ring, you go crazy with the beer.
Yeah. Stone Cold tends to do that.
Cold Stove.
Uncle, everybody seems...
Oh, that's Cold Stove. Wait a minute, you were saying no. I'm talking to Cold Stove.
You're talking to Cold Stone Creamery?
Creamery here, telling him about his beer.
Yeah, okay.
And you're talking about something else.
Cold Stone Creamery, not to be confused with Yogurtland.
Yeah, not with Oakland.
Those are two different things. But Uncle, we got a lot of action in the chat. We've got Ruckus is there. We've got, it looks like Ray is there. Creative Accidents.
Did you get your thing fixed that fast? What happened here?
Well, everybody made it to the live stream. Everybody realized that we are here, so they showed up. So it's glad to have everybody. This is exciting. And of course, everybody knows they can call in too if they want. 319-527-5016 or the Skype, Charles.Ochelli. We're live Friday night as always.
I need to what's his name to put.
They made it, Uncle.
Oh yeah, we can even drink in that brewery with the Macho Man.
The Macho Man. Yeah, the Macho Man is on. Now, when you was on the toy, Macho Man. Macho Man.
Indeed.
Well,
the Macho
I'm just
Man.
sitting here loving the Uncle Show, just having a good time by myself. The Macho Man, Randy Savage. Oh yeah, dig it.
Yeah. Hey, how's your girl doing these days, Macho Man?
Oh, poor Elizabeth is unfortunately she's dead. Oh,
she's dead?
No.
She passed away? How long ago?
Well, I think Macho Man himself has passed away, if I'm not mistaken. I think.
Oh, no.
Don't mean to be a spoil sport about everything, but, just saying.
I've heard of that.
Oh, yeah, I died first, but she died right after, and we're just hanging out in heaven. Oh, yeah.
There's just so much going on a Friday night, Uncle. We've got wrestlers on the line. We've got Jimmy on the line. We've got lots of stuff happening in the chat room. They're talking about Russia and Ukraine.
Oh, Russia, Ukraine. That's what I didn't want to get into, but they're talking about.
We don't have to, Uncle, if you don't want to. We can do what you want to do. We're talking about games, too, for goodness sake.
Well, we have these games I was into where we were playing, and we had an audience. We had an audience going on Saturday afternoon with them coming in and watching us play.
Mm-hmm.
And because the kids got their own games that they let them play, but sometimes she doesn't let them play.
Yeah, there was some interest in here in the room when we were live streaming, and the kids came in. My wife was in here. Everybody was excited to see the gaming, and then we had the audience on the live stream too. So there was a lot of the games bring people out, Uncle. That's all I can say is people like that. They like those.
We're gonna have more of that sometime. I
think we might do one tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
I'm hoping to. As long as we have time in the morning to at least stream for a few minutes, we will do it. Wow. And I want to make this like a regular thing on Saturday mornings, if we can. Okay. So check out the live streams tomorrow morning again.
Try them on again, and we'll be on them again if
should be there.
And I want to see if I can play this fight machine. But what we're going to do is we'll move up to our next game, since we've been there the last week, to the next game up. What would that? Well,
we'll do some new games. Yeah, we'll do different games for sure. So we played Mario 1, 2, and Mario World. We'll either do Mario 3 tomorrow, or we'll just switch it up and do a whole different one. We got all different games. So
I don't know.
The Rock says, "Who is this Rudy Poo?"
Rock said.
We could play some wrestling video games, Uncle.
We'll hit them on it. Let's get some wrestling games for the wrestlers for tonight. That we might be playing them, so they may pop on.
A lot of
wait
those.
a minute. Nintendo's
Jet
original
flies,
wrestling.
limousine ride.
Yeah. You'll be on there.
Sorry, man.
Flash
Look,
White
I'm
Tour.
Frank Ken. I'm
Flash
back,
White
guys.
Tour.
Hey, how you doing?
Who's this?
Yeah, they're all over here just pissing me off. I just finally got back on the
Who the heck
phone
is
here. It's great
who the
to
heck
hear
is
you,
this?
Uncle. It's great to hear everybody.
Who the
Aaron,
heck is this? I
Chuck.
thought it was a wrestler I'm listening to.
This is Spank Kent.
Yeah, it was
Uncle.
Spank Kent, but these guys have been taking my phone. I was in the bathroom. I don't know what happened.
I would like talking to those guys. I was talking to the wrestlers. What's happening?
All right, what do you want back, Ventura? He's sitting right here.
Well,
There's a
we've
rock here.
got those guys because we're talking about wrestling things that he might be on the show for Saturday.
Well, yeah, I mean, anyway,
We're discussing we're discussing the games for Saturday.
Video games. Love them.
Okay,
And
cool.
that's what we were talking about. How would he like to be listening to one of their wrestling contests?
Question for Aaron.
Yeah, question.
What is that, Jimmy?
Do you remember that WWF show that they used to have on Saturday mornings, and they would always do 2 matches, and there was always that crew that always lost, you know, the Junkyard Dog, the Brooklyn Brawlers.
well, yeah. There were those guys, but the jobbers. Yeah, there'd be some guy named like Steve Paul or something like that, and
Steve Jones and South Below and all the guys that.
I'll just speak as Spank Cat now. Yeah, they changed that in the early '90s when they started going into more TV. You know, there's the beginning of Monday Night Raw around that time.
Yeah.
And other things, and they started like overexposing their product to where now they can only have like normal matches that were pay-per-view, or before that in the '80s, go to the show and see it yourself.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was like so now every match you see back then would have been a main event match. Is like so they had to like keep pushing the limits.
Oh.
And unfortunately, what's happened recently with wrestling is that they've had too much storyline stuff. I mean, you talk to some of the old guys, and back in the day when I used to watch, and I know Sam Houston, I know Tonga Kid, and I talked to them about it. And the way it was back then, they were more real. They worked out the match. They knew who had to win.
It was like a
mystery.
mystery.
They just orchestrated it so much better than these guys.
It was like a mystery. Like you never really knew what the whole deal was with, say, like Iron Mike Sharp.
What is that?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Iron Mike Sharp, perfect example of a jobber.
The whole story, except he had that that brace on his arm, and it was a big deal. Oh, he's turning around the brace, loading up the boot, and that was it. It was sort of like this guy, we don't know where he really came from. A lot of wrestlers from parts unknown, it's just hilarious. And sometimes there'd be like guys that would show up too, that it was, you knew who it was, but they put on a mask. And, so they just put him on in a mask just to call him something else, stuff
like Dusty Rhodes did it 1,000 times over.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was great back then, though. But the point is like, even Roddy Piper went in like 82 or 83, 84, whenever the Midnight Rider was Dusty Rhodes, and he's like, it's pretty funny. He sounds just like Dusty Rhodes here. He's got the mask on. He looks like Dusty Rhodes. This is years before Piper's Pit. You can find all these old things on YouTube and whatnot. But it's great wrestling compared to today. And I know they got all the theatrics today and all the pyro today and all that, but they do have good talent, excellent talent, but they just don't have the flair anymore. I hate to say it, the flair like Ric Flair,
See, that's what's funny.
They just don't have the flair anymore like it was back in the day.
But go
ahead, I digress.
Yeah, there's still some of that raw stuff out there in wrestling in certain areas where, they still have like the Appalachian wrestling and all that, where there's those kind of lower level guys that don't have a full storyline, but they come out, they do the act, taunt the crowd. And it still exists.
Oh yeah, there's still a lot of independent wrestling organizations out through the United States. In fact, Sam Houston, and I'll try to snag him up again for you if you want. But he's a world champion now in some Ohio wrestling or Pennsylvania or something. I actually got to talk to Sam and catch up with him. But yeah, he's got all that going on. It's pretty cool.
No.
And he's 7 years older than I am. I'm 51.
Yeah, but I don't think you're quite in wrestling shape there, Kent. I mean,
you gotta be in shape with muscles, lift-ups, and push-ups, dude.
I don't.
You're gonna exercise. Gotta get on that exercise plan if you want to be back into
with
it.
a fishing rod.
Hey, look,
Fishing rod. That's easy to do. Just throw it in the water and catch fish.
I'm good to go, man. I love my boy Sam, and like I said, I promote him, and he's a world champion.
No, I got
somewhere
you.
in a lower organization, and I'll try to get him talking to us pretty soon. So
sure. But the thing is that it's just you got to give a lot of respect to a guy who is at that age and still able to perform, because even if you can fight, it's a different story when you got to go out and do all that stuff. You got to lift guys. You know what I mean? It's something said there. So I'm just saying.
Sam's a badass, man. I mean. If you go look on Hulu, there's a show called like The Dark Side of the Ring, and it says growing up. There's an episode in like season 2 or 3 that's growing up Grizzly. It's talking about Grizzly Smith. That's his father, but a different mother than Jake the Snakes.
Right.
And all the abuse that went on. Rockin' Robin, that's his sister.
Oh yeah.
Rockin' Robin, who was the women's champion back then.
I never knew she had a
There's
sister.
a lot of bad, ugly luggage that was unloaded on that show, but it's the truth.
I didn't
but
know you had a
fortunately, for my friend's sake here, Sam Houston, Michael Smith, thankfully he was the youngest brother, and let me finish really quick. He was the youngest brother, and he never got involved, or he was never exposed to any of that. He was
fair
lucky.
enough.
He was the.
Yeah, no, I got you. Fair enough. I'm just saying, I want to go back to Uncle, because I don't know if Uncle realizes there's all this wrestling out there.
I didn't realize he had a sister.
Yeah, no,
Rockin' Robin.
There's a lot to it in the wrestling world. I'm just saying there's all kinds of wrestling you could watch, Uncle, not just the WWE stuff out there. It's just a little harder to get to, and it's not as well funded. It's not, all as flashy, but there's tons of stuff out there. And I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to you pulling out that old Nintendo game, though, the original wrestling.
Yeah.
Because I used to play that thing for hours. I thought it was hilarious.
Are you talking about pro wrestling, that game?
Yeah.
Pro wrestling.
Yeah, that was fun. I like that game a lot. Yeah.
We're working on it. Working on to getting to that.
Yeah. No, I'd love to see that. I know you got Mike Tyson's Punch Out. You were talking about doing
that.
Yeah. But no, I can't wait to see what you guys do with the wrestling game. I'm sure Uncle's anxious to play too.
Yeah.
So anyway, there you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Pro wrestling, that game is great. That was one of the first ones I had.
I gotta find out what twitches I'm gonna be punching the guy's head in. Boom, boom. I gotta figure out the buttons. When I do that, bear back there, opponent, man, whoever's going to be knocked out. Boom, 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 boom.
Pro wrestling.
Keep pushing this, pushing this button. Bam, bam, boom, boom, boom. You're gonna be knocked out.
Yeah.
Just like Chuck said.
Might have to get pro wrestling. That's a good one.
They might have to work that up.
Get
that up a little sooner than I expected.
There's a few of the WWF games too, but I don't think any on the Nintendo at least are as good that I can think of as that pro wrestling game actually was. That was a good one. So we'll see. Yeah. So many games. We'll see what we play next.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out holds up pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. I love that one. That's a tough one too. That's a tough game.
I know in Thomas' time, Big Thomas's time when he was really boxing, he was doing good.
Oh yeah,
they had a world record, Mike Tyson. But when he got to a time span of when he was going to get knocked out on the opponent, it was that time, and it was that time, boom, he beat out.
You know what?
On his prime.
You know what I never got to play is after Douglas beat Tyson, They made the Nintendo game Buster Douglas's knockout for like a couple of months.
Yes.
And of course, he lost the belt right away. So,
Yeah.
so I think that game only lasted a very short time. Everybody remembers Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I'll tell you something else too. When you go into Sega, when you get into Genesis Land, Evander Holyfield's boxing game was great on the Genesis.
Check into this stuff.
Check that one out. Yeah.
Well, check these things out. Give him some ideas.
How old we are talking about all these old games. I remember the Genesis, the first one. And they had a wrestling one where they finally started having some talk, and it was Jerry Lawler and I don't even know if it was Jim Ross. I think it was Vince McMahon then.
Yeah.
This is how old that is, like 94.
It could have been
when like Lawler first started doing commentating. So when Bret Hart would walk into the ring, he's like, I can't stand that guy because there's a huge feud early on. People probably don't remember, but with the King, Jerry Lawler, and Bret Hart. And then when Shawn Michaels, he just turned the bad guy then, he would, like, love Shawn Michaels, at the time. So this is like 92, 93, 94.
Yeah, then they...
that was like breaking...
Yeah, no, I got it. But
that was so awesome.
Yeah, Nintendo answered all that where they had the video clips and all in between. They answered all that with a wrestling game where you could create your own wrestler, which was innovation. And that would be fun in and of itself just to watch what kind of wrestler Uncle builds. Like, is he going to use the guy with a mask? Is he going to put makeup on him? I mean, they had a whole...
Well, eventually, I moved on to all that, too, and I made some killer... even in the one I got now on my computer, like the Outlaws and everything, it's just so awesome the way I created this thing. Y'all would be like,
see, people...
Damn. And like 10 years ago when I did it on Sega not Sega Genesis, but PlayStation 2, the wrestling game they had there, I made a show going on, and my nephews and nieces were like, wow, this is awesome.
Well, see, but
this is better than real wrestling.
It could be sometimes.
You might actually be able to get
I'm a wrestling genius, but go ahead.
Fair enough. You might be able to get some sort of sponsorship, for selling retro games, because people are going to, look at some of these older games and probably be like, oh, I remember when I had that, and turn around and go, get the emulators. And, there's certain things you can buy if you want that allow you to have, like, say, a home station set up or a computer. I'm just saying, somebody might approach you guys on this if you really start getting people involved in, let me go back and get my old video games. I'm just saying. Yeah. Lots of emulator systems out there and cool stuff.
I want to keep doing it. It's a lot of fun.
Well, this makes it interesting, and it lines up the crack room on Saturday.
The crack room was active. Yeah,
active.
It was.
Man, I tell you, it was active. Huge Jap saying, "Oh, somebody's in the crack room talking about this. Oh, they told us to change the game, put the new game, get another game." He kept going back and forth, and we're going back and forth on the games. I know somebody's telling Sidekick here. Hey, no, he wants to change the team.
Totally amazing watching Uncle as Luigi on there. Anyway, look, you guys got less than 20 minutes.
I wish there was a game that had my voice on it. I just go back too far.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, the crack room is active right now, Uncle. Creative Accidents is saying a few things. He's saying, "Man, Scientific Rise of Wrestling."
And I know he was. And I know he was listening Saturday.
Yeah, he was there.
He was there.
We had a lot of people from regulars that listened to this show showed up for that, so that was cool.
There was quite a bit of people.
That was good.
Well, I mean, it was almost having a stand full of callers, except they were watching and listening.
Creative Accents is asking how many people we had Saturday. It's hard to say.
Well, how many did you have?
The numbers on the plays for the actual live stream video were higher than the typical live stream video for the podcast. However, the numbers get crazy. So the video itself got good numbers, and people showed up. People were there live, and a lot of people that are here on Fridays were there too. So and a couple of different people that I didn't know. So it was good. It was good. It was a real Twitch sort of moment there. So we're gonna keep it up. We'll be there for at least a few minutes tomorrow morning, And hopefully...
Depending on what time he wants to start it.
Yeah.
I'll get him to know what time he wants to start it.
Hopefully,
Years later.
hopefully 9 or 10 here, our time, Pacific time. I'm hoping for, Uncle. That's what I'd like to do, yeah. So, yeah. Follow the live stream
If y'all ain't too drunk.
Huh?
Oh, God. No.
Drink? No, you have to be drinking now. If you're drinking.
I'll be drunk off of...
Well, you can bet your bottom dollar that I'm drinking right now. I'm the spent one. I'm sitting here taking off Friday night to come out here and talk to you guys. And
Nice.
glad I did. It's fun.
Nice, yeah.
Really?
Along with all those wrestlers that came with me.
Oh, yeah.
Roddy Piper's getting a little anxious, but I'm just going to keep him
What, do you want to talk to?
chilled out here.
What Piper want to talk about?
Yeah.
He's always got a problem with people talking about Roddy Piper. Everybody wants to be the hot rod, huh? Everybody wants to be bigger.
Let him up. Put him on the
Everybody
record.
wants to be the hot rod, huh?
Let's put him on it. I'll give him something to talk about.
I like that one.
One coconut, two coconut.
Right over with the coconut, boy. Strong and straight.
That was a good one. I haven't heard that one.
I just got him chilled out. It's all right. I'm back.
Chilled back.
Jesse's getting a little irritated. He wants to say something.
Yeah, the Piper
Well,
one.
I've got Piper just chilled right now. I know he's very upset, but I've got him. All right, thanks, Jesse. All right, so we're all good over here, Uncle.
Oh, no.
Very good.
Good. I like these guys.
The wrestlers. Yeah.
These wrestlers.
Hey, is the Piper still alive? I'm just curious.
No, he's not.
Piper's
He's not alive?
He's not. Nope.
What happened to Piper?
It was a couple of years
Rennie
ago.
Macho Man Savage is not alive. Elizabeth's not alive.
They're not alive
Is
either?
there anyone alive?
Not many.
Well, The Rock and Stone Cold are still alive.
Nature Boy Ric
Ric
Flair.
Flair is still alive.
Yeah,
They ain't original. I mean, like
Jesse's still alive. The Rock's still alive.
Jesse, the Hulk.
You mean these people
Jesse and
passed
the Hulk.
away? How long ago?
A bunch of them, Uncle. You
No,
knew-
not Jesse. Jesse's still alive.
Yeah, Jesse Ventura's here.
So is
Jesse's
Nature
still
Boy.
alive.
So is Nature Boy Ric Flair still alive?
Yeah, Flair's still alive. It's Macho Man's dead. Piper's dead. Elizabeth is dead.
What happened to her?
Owen Hart's dead, of course. Or we're fighting as Owen.
Oh, I remember how he died.
What about Python? The Python Man.
Oh, Jake the
Python.
Snake.
Craig the Snake?
Yeah, that's one of my friend's stepbrothers, or whatever you want to call it. That's Sam Houston's brothers, Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Jake
I
the
like
Snake Roberts. That's part
Diamond
of the
Dallas Page.
thing I was talking about a few minutes ago about going on there to Hulu if you got it. Or just looking up Dark Side of the Ring and Living in Grizzly's Shadow. It talks about really Jake the Snake more than anybody. You know, his mom died or something. I don't know, the first one. And she was like 13 when he was born. And then Sam's mom and Rockin' Robin's mom were not much older, but it was a couple years later. And Grizzly was a mean, badass MFer, okay? Dude was 7 foot tall. I mean, Sam's 6'4". If I stood next to Sam, and I might really soon, you'll say, oh, that dude's way taller, you know. You would. There's a picture of when Sam was young when he stand next to his dad. He looked short. So Grizzly Smith, who's the wrestling family that started Jake the Snake and Sam Houston and Rockin' Robin.
Oh.
So,
Interesting.
But I'll
A lot going on there, yeah. My gosh. Uncle,
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, if you guys saw the show, you'd be like, it's really excellent if you can find a way to watch it if you don't have Hulu or whatever.
I know.
But just Google Dark Side of the Ring and Google Grizzly. Google the Grizzly Smith, because that's Jake the Snake's father and Sam's father. And, you know, I'm a good friend of Sam Houston through the internet. I've never met him in real life. But if he comes to Florida, you know, I'm taking him out. I'm going to let him go fishing out here in the Indian River. I'm going to give him a kayak and say, give him a fishing pole. You know what I'm saying?
So we got 13
And I don't
minutes
even
left.
fish.
So we got 13 minutes left, guys, just so you know.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say something. I know that there was a Dark Side of the Mat. I think was a documentary they made over a decade ago now, and it featured The Rock and Mankind. I think Stone Cold was in it, and it was a documentary.
Yeah, they had the A&E biography thing, but there is a new one. It's another Dark Side. I think it's Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah, it's a similar title.
Is Sergeant Slaughter among us still?
I think they have one with Sergeant Slaughter, actually.
Oh, yes, talk on
haven't
Slaughter.
watched it.
I liked him.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I think they might have one, but they have a whole bunch of different things.
He was
I think they have
like
one with Scott Hall with his drinking. But the Grizzly Smith one is probably the best of the bunch because it really gets to a two generation wrestling family. And a lot of this is almost like Law and Order stuff going on. There's a lot. I can't give it away, but there's a lot of stuff going on where people were missing and dead, maybe or whatever. And a lot of this stuff came out after Grizzly already passed away. Sam was in jail for like 20 years almost.
With all this going on, he was in jail.
Because, all right, after he left the WWE in 1994, all those DUIs that he got, that Grizzly got him off, came back to haunt him. And they put him away for decades. And in there, he, almost killed himself. He found God, all this other stuff. But he survived. He's here today. And now he's a world champion of some lower federation wrestling organizations, not the WWE, obviously.
Oh. Oh.
Okay,
but he was one of the best workers. I mean, in this documentary that I'm talking about, you'll see Jimmy Cornette.
Yeah.
He'll say that Sam was the hardest worker in that whole family. He was by far the best, hardest worker. He was a great wrestler in his day. And today, now at 57, 58, whatever, 7 years on me, I'm 51. My buddy is the world champion of some lower organization wrestling that's smart enough to pay him to carry that load because he's an absolutely excellent talent. So
he's either 56 or 57. That's it.
Well, 57, 58, 50, whatever it is. He's in the late 50s. So about 10 minutes left now, guys, just so you know. And we still have time to take a call if somebody wants to join in. 319-527-5016.
Caller coming in? Or what? Come on, what's with the one caller?
Yeah, we can certainly take a call. Absolutely.
Take a call.
Every Friday night we can take a call now. We have enough time.
We should take a call. And people should remember the call like I did because I actually made a joke with Chuck years ago. Oh, not years ago, but months ago with remembering the number 319-527-5016. I actually turned it into a country song and then a rap song and everything else we were making jokes about. But it was 319-527-5016. And without even going, in my head. And it worked. It worked.
You made a jingle is what you're saying.
Go to my, go on Facebook and look. I already knew the number. 319-527-5016. And you know what? That works in the media today. That works in everything. It's subliminal. But I made it into a song of my own as a druid bard and remembered it.
There we go.
You ever notice that about local news, how it has that tempo to it, where it's and it don't matter which one you watch, it's
Well, yeah. They're trained to talk in that particular cadence. It's media training that they have. And that's why they all talk in the same general voice. So it's all done on.
And
purpose.
they trained me to be able to do a song on my own to remember Chuck's song. I mean, or his number. To call in, and it was funny because I kept doing it. I think Chuck was getting sick of it, but it's all good. But I mean, I did a rap version. I did it like Balkan at one time. I did this number over and over again, like in all types of languages and stuff, and just trying to like goof off with Chuck with it. But yeah, I mean, the one that really stuck out was my original 319-527-5016. You know what's there through that? Or liberty, liberty, liberty.
Oh yes, I know that one. I remember that one. That one. That one crazy. I like the one with the ostrich though. Yeah. With the ostrich, I think him funny.
I'm trying to remember the guy. You made me think of the Genesis Communications Network. Who the heck was that guy's name? Like, hi, I'm he was like the guy who he would come on there. I can't remember his name now, but he was the owner of the Genesis Communications Network. He'd come on there and yell at you about buying gold or something. But that just popped in my head.
Don't go there.
I can't remember that guy's name now. I'm too tired to remember anything. I can't do it. But that goofball who owned the GCN.
By the way, Sidekick, when are we gonna get some new orders for the dollar store for a couple of drinks for Fridays?
Well, I've been in there, and they haven't had much new. It's all the same stuff. It's like all that same stuff we've already had. That sometimes they get stuff in a lot, and it's been a while since I've seen anything new. I do stop by there. When they have some new, we'll bring it to the table, and we'll drink it here on a Friday night. It'll be a good time. But it's been a while. I don't know what they're doing. That's Ted Anderson, yeah. Hi, Ted Anderson here, the Genesis Communication Networks.
Ted Anderson.
You should buy silver and gold right now. I don't know.
That was him?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, it's one of those weird memories. We're talking about jingles.
That guy really annoys me. I know him. I've talked to him before. I just don't like him.
Oh, you've talked to Ted Anderson?
You did talk to him? Ooh.
I don't know. It's Jesse just getting upset about something. I got the phone back, so it's all good.
Ray is saying that sounds like Mickey Mouse. Yeah, he kind of does. If you
does
listen
a little
to
bit
ads,
from the voice that you just said there, Sidekick.
Ted Anderson.
That sounds like it.
Mickey Mouse with a low voice, so that's all good.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Macho Man agrees. So,
you know, Macho Man.
We'll just move on from here.
I enjoy taking care of my family. I feel very good about it. That's why I buy gold and silver, and you should too. Buy it from the Genesis Communications Network. I'm Ted Anderson. That is something like that. I don't know.
Some.
I love taking care of my family.
My question is, who's squeezing his nuts? Why are you talking like that?
Yeah.
Well, it's the Ted Anderson voice. What can I say? It's just the name of the game. That's how you got to do it. Oh, but I'm being reminded by Creative Accents that now is the time for shout-outs. So let's go to, I think we had Jimmy first. So
Jimmy first. We'll go down the line for a shout-out.
Shout-out time, Jimmy. Who you got?
All right. Shout out to Mr. Mouse of the Disney Corporation. Peace. Please don't destroy me. Or any of us, please. Have a good weekend, Mr. Mouse.
All right.
Mr. Mouse, please. Peace. Yes.
All right. Thanks again, Jimmy, for coming on here. We'll talk to you again, man. Take care.
Talk to you again. Next.
Then we've got Spent Kent, man. Who you got for shout-outs today?
Shout-out time.
Yeah, the wrestlers will all say, hey, whatever. Just everybody find the love, man. Find the love. I'm here Friday tonight, but I usually work Friday night, so I'm not around very often. What I am,
but the wrestlers are
around. I can call in and talk to you guys. I love you guys and Chuck and everybody else, and so. You know, when I'm around, I'm around. If not, I'll start trying to put out some more camping videos and stuff like that. I got a lot of stuff going on. That's cool. So, love you guys and love y'all listening. So, the Spent one will be back. But for now,
listen for
that's the bottom line, because Spent Kent said so.
Listen to our videos on Saturday, people.
Again, take care. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Uncle, do you have any shout outs to give?
Yeah, shout out to the of all the people that are listening and the ones that haven't got a chance to. I want to shout out to you all.
Shout out to the ones who aren't listening to you. That's good. There are a lot of people listening on Twitch. We got a ton of people in the chat. So I'll shout out to everybody in the chat there. We've got Ray, we've got Ruckus, we've got Xenon, Creative Accidents.
Who's Xenon?
Am I missing anybody? Lively chat there. So thank you everybody for showing up, for being on the live stream. And yeah, if you're around on Saturday morning tomorrow around 9-10 Pacific, we're hoping to play games.
So try to listen
check
and
it
see
out.
us play.
We should be
if you're there.
And yeah. And Uncle, this is we're UncleThePodcast.com is the website. We're at Uncle Podcast, Twitter, Instagram. So do check those out. We have the social media. You're gonna want to follow us. We do post to those.
We're posting these games to that.
Yeah. You can actually watch the gaming thing
Watch the
on Twitter.
games on Twitter when we have them set up. So
that's at Uncle Podcast on Twitter.
So if anybody missed anything, go back to it tonight if they want.
You could
to see it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's up to them.
Yeah. So it's a fun show. Yeah, that lively chat. The chat is just popping off there, Uncle. It's very exciting.
Oh, they're finally talking.
Creative Accents is giving a shout out to Ukraine.
Ukraine. Yeah, shout outs to Ukraine.
Yeah.
I want still yet to listen to. I want to get his talking on the talk. That shout out to Crazy Accidents. I really want to get him talking on this.
One of these days.
One of these days.
He's bound to call in. I'm sure it's going to be exciting. He's saving the date, so to speak, for a good one. So I understand that. Very good. All right. Again, UncleThePodcast.com, at Uncle Podcast, Instagram, Twitter, and check out our live streams on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. So, Uncle, take us home.
There's our show. 200 and whatever section.
256.
256 is done. Bye-bye.